Have you ever needed a reminder that you are not forgotten? Welcome to HisTime365. Today is day 222, and we're in Isaiah 42 through 44, where God calls his people back to himself and promises restoration, guidance, and renewed identity. The promise of restoration, a journey through Isaiah 42 through 44. Have you ever felt like you were lost in the darkness, waiting for a glimmer of hope to light your way? In Isaiah chapters 42 through 44, we find a beautiful message of restoration and promise. These chapters remind us that even in our most challenging times, God is at work, bringing hope and renewal. In Isaiah 42, the prophet introduces the figure of the servant, a character who embodies God's will and purpose. This servant, often understood as a foreshadowing of Christ, is described as someone who will bring forth justice to the nations, not with loud proclamations or violence, but with quiet strength and compassion. The text tells us that he will not cry, nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard. Isaiah 42:2. This imagery is striking. It paints a picture of a gentle leader, one who approaches the brokenhearted with tenderness. Isaiah continues with speaking of God's covenant with his people. God declares, "I am the Lord, that is my name," Isaiah 42:8, emphasizing his authority and commitment to his creation. He promises to lead the blind by a way they have not known, guiding them through unfamiliar paths. In our modern context, think about times when you've faced uncertainties, maybe during a job transition or a tough family situation. Just like the Israelites, we often encounter seasons where we feel lost. Yet, God assures us that he is there to guide us through, illuminating our path when we can't see. Moving into chapter 43, we encounter a powerful declaration of God's love and protection. He reassures his people, saying, "Fear not, for I have redeemed thee," Isaiah 43:1. This is a profound reminder that no matter our circumstances, we are not abandoned. God tells Israel that they are precious in his sight, emphasizing their worth. Imagine how uplifting it would be to hear such words in times of self-doubt or when facing mental health struggles. We too can find comfort in knowing we are valued and cared for. God continues to remind the Israelites of the miracles he performed in the past, the parting of the Red Sea, and the deliverance from bondage. He urges them to trust in him for what is to come. This theme resonates today as we often find ourselves holding on to past victories as we face new challenges. In our careers, perhaps we've experienced a setback or a job loss. Yet, God encourages us to look forward, promising that he is doing a new thing, Isaiah 43:19. In our families, when we encounter struggles, whether with communication or conflict, we can hold on to the hope that God can bring restoration. As we transition to chapter 44, Isaiah addresses the futility of idolatry. He challenges the people to recognize the foolishness of creating gods from wood and stone, saying, "They that make a graven image are all of them vanity," Isaiah 44:9. This serves as a stark reminder for us today. What are the idols we allow in our lives? In a digital age, it could be the obsession with social media, the pursuit of wealth, or even the constant need for validation from others. These distractions can blind us from the true source of our strength and hope. God contrasts the futility of idolatry with his sovereignty. He reminds Israel of his creative power, stating, "I am the first and I am the last," Isaiah 44:6. This proclamation is not just about his existence, but about his active role in our lives. When we place our hope in the right things, God's promises, his character, and his faithfulness, we can experience true peace and fulfillment. As we wrap up our journey through Isaiah 42 through 44, it's clear that these chapters speak profoundly to our need for hope, guidance, and restoration. In our work lives, when we face challenges, we can cling to the promise that God is doing a new thing. In our families, when conflict arises, we can remember that we are loved and valued in God's eyes. And when we feel overwhelmed by the noise of life and our digital distractions, we can turn back to the truth of God's sovereignty and rest in His promises. Bold, God is our guiding light, bringing hope and renewal in every situation. How can we trust God more deeply during uncertain times in our lives? What are some modern-day idols that might distract us from our relationship with God? How can we apply the message of restoration in our family dynamics or professional environments? In what ways can we remind ourselves of our worth in God's eyes throughout our daily lives? Thanks so much for joining me today for HisTime365. Remember, today's reading is Isaiah 42 through 44, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into Isaiah 45 through 47, so feel free to read ahead if you'd like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back right here tomorrow for day 223. Until then, stay encouraged and thank you for giving God